All right, we're in the final week of the Valor cycle, week 10, which means our strength is at its highest at singles, 10 by 1. Building to a heavy single with some warm-up sets. You get to your working single. Doesn't have to be a max. It doesn't have to be your 1 rep max, but just make it a heavy single because you're going to do it 10 times. For Monday, July 29th, the movement for lower body strength is going to be a deficit deadlift. What that deficit is up to you. It can stand on a 10-pound plate or you can stand on two 45-pound plates. It is up to you based on your mobility and your deadlift ability. The biggest thing we want to see is just that you're working at some sort of deficit from a standard deadlift. Okay, so you're building up to a heavy one, staying there for 10 total sets. The circuit today is going to be a spicy one. It's a 21 to 9, 9 to 21. So it'll look like 21 reps, 15 reps, 9 reps, 9 reps, 15 reps, 21 reps of back squat at 155 or 115 pounds. That should prove to get spicy. If you need to modify the weight, do so. And then the couplet is with a burpees. So you do 21 back squats, 21 burpees, 15 back squats, 15 burpees, 9, 9, 15, 15, or excuse me, 9, 9 twice, 15, 15, 21, 21. That is your July 29th session. July 30th, for our upper body lift, it's going to be a standard barbell strict press, 10 by 1. Build to that heavy single, stay there for 10 sets. And then we have, for those of you that were around for the Street Monster cycle, we have a return of the Street Monster work capacity test. It's 21, 15, 9. That's it, not a pyramid like the other one. 21, 15, 9. Push press at 95 pounds or 65 pounds. Sumo deadlift high pulls at 95 pounds or 65 pounds. 21 of each movement, 15 of each movement, 9 of each movement. And those of you that were around for the Street Monster cycle, this would be a cool opportunity to compare how you did last time. For our carry, because that's a super fast, balls to the wall, spicy conditioning. So it leaves us a bunch of time. This is our carry day. Where do a hex grip carry is how it's listed, but it's gonna be 1 round for 3 minutes. And what it looks like is you're hold a dumbbell or some other weight at the top, at the end. So you're squeezing with your fingertips, not with a full grip like you would with a number of other carries that we do. You're fingertipping. So dumbbell plate, like a plate pinch. If you don't have dumbbells, go as heavy as possible. Accumulate 3 minutes per side. So if you're limited on options, weight options, you have what you have, and you have something that you can only maintain that pinch carry for a minute, then just do 3 rounds of 1 minute to accumulate 3 minutes per arm. That wraps up Tuesday the 30th. July 31st, Wednesday, our EFC Active Recovery Day. Thursday, August 1st. So this is our agility speed day. Tactical pro agility drill. We're going to do it 5 times through that after a warm-up. And then our sprint progression has continued. Last week, it's been 5 reps. Now it's going to be 6 reps or 6 rounds of a 200-meter sprint. Take some warm-up sets before that, warm-up rounds, build up to a point where you can go at a near max intensity on these, and then 6 by 200 meters. Resting 2 minutes in between, roughly. We want you well recovered. If you need 3 minutes, it's fine. If 1 minute's enough, that's fine. And then for our conditioning, 4 time with a weight vest or plate carrier, whatever you have available. You have 75 burpees, rest 3 minutes, 75 step-ups per leg to 20 inches. If you are exceptionally tall, then maybe you want to go up to 24 inches on the box. If you are exceptionally short, then maybe go to 16 inches on the box. But it's 75 step-ups per leg, so your left leg and then your right leg both going once. That is 1 rep. You do that 75 times. So again, 1 more time through that. With weight vest, 75 burpees, rest 3 minutes, no more, no less, and then 75 step-ups per leg. Pretty straightforward, a bit monotonous, but like I've mentioned before, sometimes we build monotony into these workouts on purpose because you got to mentally deal with that. A little bit of mental fitness training. Friday, our last Flex Friday of the cycle. Always a good one, always a good day. And then TAC SAT for August 3rd. August 3rd, TAC SAT. This one is going to be interesting. So 4 time, 55 deadlifts, everything's going to be 55 reps. 55 deadlifts at 115 pounds or 75 pounds. 55 box jumps at 24 inches or 20 inches. 55 kettlebell swings at 53, 35 pounds. Sometimes kettlebell weights are weird like that, 53, 64. So use what you have. You got to use you're doing a dumbbell swing, and use 55 or 50 pounds. But anyways, 55 kettlebell swings. The sub for that, if you don't have the weight to do a swing, is broad jump. You're still going to get that big hip extension that you like to see out of the kettlebell swing. So it's very similar in nature and like what we're trying to train out of this movement. So broad jumps are an excellent sub. Just make sure you're jumping far, right? It's not this little frog hop. It's like full hip extension, triple extension, getting it near max distance on each jump. 55 hanging leg raises, 55 sit-ups, 55 pull-ups, 55 thrusters. That's gonna be at 55 pounds or 35 pounds. So very light, although very high rep. If you cannot do thrusters, then do 55 back squats and then 55 push presses. It's going to extend the duration of the workout, but that is your, we'll call it, that's your the consequences of being immobile and not having the capacity to do a thruster. The consequences are you're going to have to work a little harder, do a little more work. So 55 back squat, 55 push press if you can't do a thruster. 55 goblet squats. If you don't have a kettlebell, dumbbell to hold in this front rack goblet position, you can use a plate, hold a plate in front of you. If you have, the prescribed weight for this is 53 pounds or 35 pounds, but if you don't have that weight, dumbbell, kettlebell, then you can always just grab a 45-pound plate and do squats that way. And then we're gonna finish with Old Faithful 55 burpees. For the tactical skill integrations, tourniquet drill again. I'm starting to think I need to just implement more and more tourniquet drills. Can you practice with your tourniquet too often? You know, like I don't think anyone would say yes to that. You really can't. So we're gonna, after each exercise, down and off a tourniquet, different limb each time. So that means you do your 55 deadlifts, tourniquet. Then you move on to box jumps. After you do your 55 box jumps, tourniquet. You do that, so it's gonna be a lot of tourniquet application, which is good. We could all use the reps. And that is your Tactical Saturday for August 3rd. And that wraps up the Valor cycle. Next week, we got the brand new cycle coming up. Stand by for that. It's going to be a good one, per the usual, building off all the other cycles that we've had before it, going into this one. If you have any questions, let us know in the Train Heroic app. Otherwise, have a good week of training. Take care.